The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Talk about this main event, fellas. In the bantamweight division, you had Merab defeating Sugar Sean O'Malley by unanimous decision. And before I forget, because I forgot the past couple shows, both of y'all had, or all three of us had Merab, sorry. And that puts the predictions for the night. Both Admire and Steve went 4-1, and I went a whopping 2-3. That brings the predictions for this year so far. Me and Admire are tied. This is pretty deep in the year. Last year I kind of ran away with it. Me and Admire are both 33 and 24, and Steve is 28 and 29. So probably going to come down the wire this year on who gains the belt. So we'll see what happens, how that shakes out. But let's talk about this fight. Round one, the fight started off weird. Did y'all notice this? Merab was going after the corner. Did you see a follow up to that, Admire?
Yeah, so the coach was yelling to Sean, allegedly was yelling to Sean something about Merab. Well, Merab heard the coach yelling his name, and Merab thought that the coach was trying to trick him into listening to him. So it was a whole deal. Like, nobody really knows why. Some people commented and said that Sean's coach was kind of, just trying to distract him. Who knows? Weird shit.
Very weird. But after this fight actually did kick off, Merab did a good job moving forward and making O'Malley work off his back foot. Then deep in the round, Merab got the takedown and O'Malley got back up, but Merab got a second takedown to cap off the round. And round two, with a little less than 2 minutes left, Merab was able to get the takedown and control control O'Malley for the rest of the round, and gave O'Malley a kiss at the end of the round that O'Malley didn't take a liking to. That was very bizarre. And round three, Merab. Go ahead, Admire.
But that was weird though, man. Like, Merab let go and started walking away with 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
Ate a punch for it. Like, why did you walk away
after doing something like that? Yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it. But in round three, Merab got the takedown, but wasn't able to hold him down like the other two rounds. And Merab definitely outstruck O'Malley, but when O'Malley got his moments, you heard the big oohs and ahs, and that could sway a judge's, how the way they're seeing the fight. If you're hearing the crowd go ooh and ah, even though the other guy's outstriking him, but what do I know? Round four, more grappling dominance by Merab. He was doing work on the ground, but Herb Dean was being weird. He kept giving them warnings to work, and I wonder if that's the UFC telling them beforehand, make sure, kind of swaying it for O'Malley. I might be a conspiracy theorist on this one, but I feel like he was not giving Merab a chance to work before giving him a warning, which was very weird to me. But maybe y'all talk about that in a little bit. Round five, Merab got the takedown, but wasn't able to keep O'Malley down. And then late in the round, O'Malley started teeing off to the body, and he appeared to hurt him for that little bit. I thought he was playing around when he got hurt, but I think he was legitimately hurt. But Merab was able to gut it out and got one last takedown with about 10 seconds left. And your new champion, Merab Davashvili. And we'll talk about the judging a little bit, but what were your thoughts about this fight overall, Admire?
Yeah, it was just complete domination by Merab. The fight went where he wanted it to go. He outstruck Sean O'Malley. The final numbers on the total strikes, O'Malley had 49 strikes and Merab had 214, which that's usually opposite in an O'Malley fight. O'Malley usually has higher output and all that. Merab had all the takedowns. I think it was 6 that he had total in the fight. O'Malley really only had a couple brief moments. You talked about it where, he did hurt Merab towards the end of the fight. But other than that, there wasn't a lot. He landed some hard hits that got the oohs and ahs, but it wasn't anything that was too serious. And I think you're right. I don't know if it's the a conspiracy that they wanted O'Malley to look good. I think that maybe somebody from the UFC could have told the ref, hey, the co-main event was kind of a stinker, one-sided. We need a lot of action in this main event to send this big spear event home. So, be a little more proactive with the standing them up or giving them warnings.
Yeah, I thought it was bizarre. This is MMA. This is not kickboxing or Muay Thai.
And this is one of the most experienced refs that is out there.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I got my 10-4 hat on, but what do I know? What are your thoughts on this one, Steve?
Yeah, I can see a little biased in it. A little quick to, say work. We don't see it in other fights. But other than that, pure domination. I saw things that O'Malley worked on that could have worked, but he didn't take enough risk to me, like those rising knees up the middle. Hopefully he'd be going for a takedown. A few of them got close, but didn't make their mark. And I think we were talking about it. Merab might outstrike him just for the threat of O'Malley being scared of those takedowns. And I think that's what kept him froze all night. He knew he was a good wrestler, and not to say O'Malley is height, but he knew this was one of those champion defense that mattered to jump the fence on. Can he overcome somebody that was dangerous? And it showed that he has big holes in his game for him to be a champion, to get dominated like that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I think the threat of getting taken down kind of made Suga Sean a little bit hesitant to throw. Sometimes he throws caution to the wind with his strikes and really goes in, but having that threat of getting taken down probably made him fight a little bit more reserved. And that's what you gotta, that's the danger that it is when you go fight Merab, who's like a takedown specialist and has cardio for days. So I guess you can't really blame him for fighting like that. But when you know that's gonna happen, sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and just try to throw caution to the wind and try to throw everything you have, because that's probably your only method of winning is by knocking them out. And I didn't see that fire from O'Malley really in that fight. But yeah, dominant performance by Merab, and fight went as we expected. We all three picked Merab, and everybody, even the pundits and whatnot, saying that this would probably be what happened. Merab would just ragdoll for most of the fights, but scorecards were 49-46, 48-47, 48-47. We're on God's green earth where you see O'Malley win 2 of those rounds, 2 of those judges having him win. I thought Merab won all 5 rounds. Maybe you could say he hurt him in the last round, is where he maybe stuck out around, but even that round, even with that, I don't think he won it. How could the judges score it like that? Am I having O'Malley win 2 rounds?
I don't know. I haven't got to see the cards to see where they did it. The only possibility that I could think is maybe round 3, because Merab didn't land any takedowns in round 3. And the striking was 11 for O'Malley and 25 for Merab, and that was like one of the closest rounds. But other than that, no, I had all 5 rounds for Merab easily.
In round 3, he did get a takedown, but he wasn't able to hold him down. It wasn't like the other rounds. So even that round, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you saw something different, Steve, than what we saw, because I gave Merab all 5 rounds.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I saw a pure dominance through all 5.
Man, these refs, these judges, man, it's not supposed to be like that, but I guess they prescribed it. If you got to beat the champion, you really have to beat them, but that's not how it works. I think that's bullshit. I think it was some bias towards Suga Sean. I don't know what they were seeing. And we've harped on this before. It's got to be some type of classes that these judges take or something like that, because sometimes they just pull these judges out of the woodwork, and that would have been a shame if Merab got screwed out of that championship. But good thing it didn't happen like that. He was so dominant where even biased judges couldn't rule him losing 3 rounds. So, but with that being said, where do you go from with both of these guys? Because O'Malley was their cash cow. He got paid like $3 million for this fight. And I know Dana was probably pissed at these results. It hasn't been going well for Dana lately. You got Bilal winning the welterweight belt, and you got some guys that have been winning belts lately that aren't quote unquote marketable. But like, where do you go with Sugar Sean now? I'll start with you, Admire.
With Sean O'Malley, you kind of got to give him a fight with somebody that's back a few spots, let him gain his confidence, or see if, was he the real deal, or was he just the winner of opportunity? So I think you got to put Sean O'Malley against somebody like a Corey Sandhagen, or Henry Cejudo was already talking shit after the fight. So let O'Malley and Cejudo fight.
That would be interesting. What are your thoughts, Steve?
Yeah, definitely. Cejudo was one because they have a backstory. Already set it up. Few things happened before the fight with Henry Cejudo and Sugar Sean. Now, are we saying what we do with Sean O'Malley or Merab? Or just Sean?
We'll talk about Merab next, but what about O'Malley?
I would say that fight or Sandhagen, like you said, but there's a backstory with Henry Cejudo to think that immediately, if you want to get back onto the and Henry Cejudo's a wrestler too, so he can kind of test, whether if he is can defend his takedowns or not. You're going against a wrestler, which would kind of erase a little, not sort of erase, but gain a little bit from his loss from Merab, because I think that would test him very well to get some of his takedown defense, or if he can, to prove it to the fans.
So what about O'Malley versus Figueiredo? Would y'all be interested in that?
Yeah, somebody in that 4 to 6 spot, whether it's Sandhagen, Figueiredo, Cejudo, somebody in that. I mean, I don't think, I have my idea who, Merab's going to get next, so I won't throw their name out there. But I don't think you put O'Malley against Peter Yan.
You already beat him, quote unquote, in that fight. So yeah, I feel like Cejudo would be the money match if they're just trying to sell the fight, just because he's a former champion. But I'm gonna be mad at the Figueiredo fight, and I guess that'll take us to where you think Merab goes. And you say you had an idea. I mean, I feel like they were setting up Habib's cousin Umar.
That's the name. That's the one. I mean, the dude's undefeated. I mean, he really doesn't have the resume of big names to put him up that high, but like, he took a big jump. He beat Corey Sandhagen, so he was automatically way up there. And I mean, the guy's got skills, obviously, from watching him fight. So I think that's that's the next fight.
So Umar and Nurmagomedov. But what are your thoughts, Steve?
And also, Umar, he was a Bellator champion.
His brother Usman is in Bellator.
Okay.
And I think he's the lightweight champion there.
Definitely after beating Sandhagen, he's thrown himself in the pot to be up there. And I haven't seen any on social media or anything of what's going on with. I've heard people have been saying he's been trying to avoid Umar. I have to look into that, but I think definitely that would be a fight. But I've also seen Figueiredo also offering a fight with him also. So I would say between those two.
Yeah, I think you gotta run that Umar fight. I think it'll be a battle of wrestling. A lot of people might not be interested in that. So I think if you run that fight, that's got to be a co-main event. I don't think that headlines a card. I'm sure that'd be the irony. What if that was the co-main event to the next Bilal fight? That'd be Dana White's.
It's his worst nightmare.
That I'm a fan of chaos. I like seeing Dana pissed off, but I doubt it. He has a say, so he probably wouldn't put those two on the same card. But yeah, man, like you can't deny Rob's skill. He went in there and won the fight like people thought he was gonna win. So I'm excited to see how his reign goes. But Sugar Sean has to bounce back. And we'll see what happens with him going forward. But all in all, it was an entertaining night for me. Like Admire was saying, you had people complaining about the main events and the co-main events. And was there like a huge blowback? I didn't get to really look at social media, Admire.
It wasn't that big. It's just Dana White. I got to see kind of his post fight stuff, and he said something about, imagine if this was your first time watching the UFC and you tuned in right at the co-main event. Like it wasn't a good look.
Why does he like just completely blow off like grappling and wrestling? That's a part of the sport. Like if you don't like it, why doesn't he run a Muay Thai league then?
He seems like with age, he's kind of turned into a just bang bro.
Yeah, like I mean, go start a Muay Thai company where you can just kicks, elbows, punches, and knees. So I'm fine with everybody. Like it's got to be different variety for everything. Like, it's not just gonna be stand and bang, even though those are fun fights. But mixed martial arts. Thank you for checking out this Haymaker Combat Sports segment. This full episode could be found on the Haymaker Combat Sports YouTube page and in audio form on all major podcast platforms. Until next time, peace.